Hey, it's Jace. Let's strip down an LG tumble dryer together. They're a bit of a pain, but I'll walk you through it in 10 minutes. Don't forget to watch my other video about how heat pump dryers work and the 4 main sort of failure points on these LG tumble dryers and how to fix them with no parts. Sweet! Catch you in a bit. Okay, so there's 2 variants, as I said. This one here, and what I'm working on, is the heat pump only. It's the silver one. As it happens, I've got a black one at home, which is a hybrid. It'll be exactly the same, except that set it'll say hybrid, and you see the eco hybrid, eco will speed option. So let's get on with the strip down. Lid off. Around the back, you've got all your screws for your side panel, rear vent and whatnot. Round the front, it's just the 2 screws there on the side panels. Just 2. Leave the front panel alone, don't take that off. Side panels just lift off. They're kind of stiff, but they will lift off. I'll show you another angle as well. It's inside the machine. It just pops off, and it's easy enough to pop it back on again as well. Just chuck them to the sides, get them out of the way. You should have the drum out of this within the first 15 minutes. So you've got screws on the top corners, kind of screws up there. That side panel, you just have to smash it off. Take your cover off, there's your condenser. Take that nut off. Look how loose that is. I loosened it already. You want to leave all the power on the back panel. All you want to do is take that red plug off and the earth cable. Leave the rest of it on there. There's your little water hose. Take him off. And take that panel off. I messed up here. I took the 2 front screws out of the soap drawer. But actually, I should have left them in, and it'll sit there quite nicely. Unclip all your wires. Push off your little push clips. Got to do the obligatory, like, scrape the fluff off, haven't you? So there's the dryer naked. Just going to remove your little belt tensioner. The belt tensioner on this is so easy. Lift up the little tab at the bottom. Give it a tug. Out she comes. Beautiful. That's that sorted. Now you can just, let's say, twist the motor, belt falls straight off. Now your drum will pull right out. No worries. See? Out she comes. No problems at all. Piece of cake. And there she is. You're going to want to get into the evaporator condenser housing inside the dehumidifier unit. So you just take the screws off of that metal panel. You've got 2 screws here and a 3rd screw right about there. Take those out. Take that panel off, it's a bit fiddly. You want to be really careful when you're lifting that out, not to bend the copper pipe, not to kink the copper pipes that are coming into the side of that. And then to get the bottom filter out, the filtration unit, just gently lift them both up. And it just lifts straight out. Give that a clean. Ugh. They're fluff in that one. Suddenly not thirsty. There's your drain pump, or your condensate pump. 4 screws, and that lifts straight out of there. That's also the water tank full sender unit there. There's 2 little tabs. As you see, I've cleaned it out there. That's pretty much as deep as you want to go into it. She's pretty stripped down. And putting her back together, just you see that annoying little stupid thing? That's got to be the worst part of this dryer. The worst quality part anyway. It's like, I don't know. really bad. Anyway, it clips back on there. It keeps the hoses from rubbing against the back of the drum, so it's quite important you put it back on. Make sure you get the drum inside those plastic tabs that I'm pointing at now. So they go inside there. Just lift your drum up, push it through. You're going to pop all your screws back on. No worries. And as you can see, I've used the best quality tools in the trade. Okay, can't beat my tools. They're just the bestest. Beauty. That's how I got the nut off, so that's how I put the nut back on. Get your bottom screws back in anyway, but yeah. Oh, you've got to give it a kick. If you don't give it a little kick, it won't work properly. Stick your cover back on, all your screws. Make sure your 3 long screws go at the bottom of that one, because they go in the plastic, and the really short self-tappers go above that. You've done that, it's just going to be a case of sticking your tensioner back on. Piece of cake it is. One thing I'd recommend is make sure the drum actually spins before you put it all back together and it doesn't knock the belt off. Otherwise, man, imagine that. How annoyed would you be? Put it back together and the drum belt comes off. No. Yeah, just hook him on the motor and pull down, push it in. See, on this one, the little tab don't want to go back down. I think I've bent it, but like I said, the spring pressure is kind of pulling it, in anyway. So even if that tab broke off, it wouldn't go anywhere. She's sweet. Drum spins. Yeah, and to get your side panels back on, notice I'm using my foot at the bottom. That's because there's a load of pins at the bottom. So you want to make sure the bottom is fully pushed in. See, I'm pushing it against the cabinet and then just force the rest of it in and down. And it'll go in lovely. And as I do the other side, you'll see my foot is pushing that bottom bit on. You see those pins sticking up? Just seat them in first. So seat them in first. Don't push all the way down. And kind of get the middle in as well. See my foot? It's just making sure that that's engaged on the pins. And there she goes. Piece of cake. They really are a good dryer. I don't know why they didn't put a cover or a filter in front of the evaporator like that, so you have to strip the whole machine down to get to it. Other than that, great machine. Well done, LG. But, yeah, really could have put a little trapdoor there, couldn't they? Pop all the screws back in, and she's good to go. Oh yeah, look what I've done here. I've forgotten the hose, haven't I? I think I realise just about now when I go to put the screw in there. It ruins my day. That's the face of I've just messed up. Here it is right here. And here as well, slow-mo. What am I saying? Gives it a go with some pliers, but I can't get it. There's no hope. I tried about 10 minutes to get that out, and I thought, you know what? I'd have had the side off by now. Yeah, doing it again. There we go. Don't forget that hose. I think I might have flipped it off as well, in anger. Yeah, I did. So yeah, that's it really. Any questions? So watch my other video. I did whilst I had this stripped down, I did a video on how to test if your heat pump's working in 15 minutes, just by putting a probe in there. I'll show you the temperatures you should be getting. Really good video actually, it's quite in depth. So don't forget to check that out. I think I was quite chuffed because I only had 2 screws left. There was no spares. I was quite amazed. But yeah, there she goes. And then you're just gonna clip your front on. Good to go. And like always, switch it on, make sure it runs. And there she blows.